What's up, guys? Seems to scatter, and we're back here with Nick, showcasing his BROLY deck that it's been highly requested. But before anything else, we need to give out a shout out to Josh Duquette, which is
boy Josh. You know who you wear, man. You're the best.
There is. I know that there's like a BROLY forum on like Reddit or something, and that's where Nick got this on Facebook.
Close enough.
Close enough.
You do you.
All right. So shout out to Josh, and I know Josh has also been anticipating this just to kind of showcase the deck. Nick and him have been in contact, so that's pretty cool. So Nick, without further ado, go ahead. You can start your deck profile whenever you're ready.
All right. Hi, I'm Nick, and I love BROLY. So starting off,
The best boy himself.
best boy, handsome man, BROLY, legendary Super Saiyan. A leader that many believe to be shit, but I prove that's a myth. Many prove that it's a myth. There's many facts that people don't know about him, such as if he's on the field and you do have BROLY's ring and they have cards with barrier, all cards with barrier, or no cards at all, and they have a field card, he can wipe out the field card, and that's pretty strong if you think about it, because if you're playing against apes and they have barrier, that's a dead Planet Vegeta. So
yeah, apes used to be a super meta a couple of sets ago, and to think, you know, how far it's come.
Spoilers. You didn't have to see that. Edit that out. First, you know what you're starting with. Best boy. Before he started jacking up the juice. BROLY, Dawn of the Rampage. Typical searcher. What you're going to do is you're just going to search for any BROLY. I recommend either finding Endless Evolution or Deathless. Deathless is preferred, mainly because of the ability that is strong. It's either they pick one of their creatures to kill off or battle cards, or they have to discard 2 cards from their hand, which is really strong, and you'll see that soon.
Nice. And how many of those do you run?
4.
Nice. You maxed it out at 4.
Yep. Next, card that was worth $30 when it first came out, and now it's like 35 cents, is Endless Evolution BROLY. Staple in a BROLY deck, you would always play him at possibly 3 if they're playing against a slower deck to kill off one of your creatures. It's a great idea, and his ability lets, if you're going to evolve him into another BROLY, their evolve cost is cut down by 2, so that's definitely a strong card.
And I'm assuming you run 4 of those as well, right?
Oh, I run 4.
Nice.
I always run 4.
In unison. I like it.
Best boy, Deathless.
Coming from the Ultimate box, right?
Ultimate box, yep. This is the card that made BROLY 10 times better. This is the card that everybody started using just to use BROLY again, mainly because you love that ability. On top of this guy, you would pay, hey, guess what? I'm going to play him. Tap 1, evolve it into him. Now it's a 20k. They have to discard. Tap another 2. You can use Bio BROLY. They have to discard 2.
Wow.
That's a 4 discard. On top of leader, that's 5. That's their whole hand if it's the starting of the game, but you're not going to get it on the start of the game. But by turn 5 or 4, it's going to be big damage.
Definitely.
So,
just hand destruction. And again, 4 of those, right?
You're going to run 4 of these. You always want to run 4 of these if
right.
you're running BROLY leader. Which you can run with new black BROLY leader, which is going to be sick. So you're going to have...
Deck profile coming soon.
Spoiler. That deck profile will come eventually. We'll see.
Soon, eventually.
Next, SPR BROLY. If you don't run an SPR, jump off a bridge. Just, you know, BROLY doesn't even want to see you, you know. You're not even side chick, right? Trash. You're garbage. That's all you are. Trash always is trash. BROLY said this, I don't know where, but I read it off a game, so, you know, whatever. This guy right here lets you pick 2 cards. Count them. Not 1, not 3, but 2 right in the middle. Nice and juicy. 2 cards out of their hand. Nice snipe. Pop them. Shout outs to some players in our community. Not going to mention any names that I beat because I popped some of their cards, but that's how you win with this boy BROLY right here. You only have to tap 3. Yeah, but always evolve on one of these 2 guys because it will cost 3.
Nice.
30k.
And I'm assuming all your entire BROLY engine maxes out at 4 of cards?
No. The only one I have, which is coming up next, is right here. Rampaging Lifeform BROLY. You're only going to run 2.
Okay.
Even though many players do consider running 4 and running 2 of Rampaging, mainly because it's the same effect. You are losing 10k power, but you are getting the discard 2 for only 2 now instead of 3. So it's easier to combo with these cards.
Okay, definitely.
So that's why people run 2. I run 2 because BROLY sucks in the movie, lore-wise. It's trash. Yeah, so...
It's going to be the most viewed deck profile ever.
Get that one. allowed to curse? Or is this kid friendly? I don't. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Next
I'll edit
up,
it out. We'll edit
you
it out.
definitely need this. BROLY's rings. This is what's going to keep you alive and not making sure you're not going to tuck yourself. So BROLY ring you want on turn 1, either with another card, Gohan, which you're going to see slightly in the future once I get to it. This is going to stop. Stop laughing at me.
No one's laughing at you, Nick. Please continue.
Sorry, guys. But yeah, so BROLY's ring, if you use it, the ability of, on both sides, discard a card and to kill off one of their creatures is negated. You'll see it okay, it's just the part with the discarding the card part. Killing the creature comes with the ARC, which we're going to tell you about in a few short seconds once we get to the veggie package. But moving forward, you're going to run 2 Pagars, Big Papa, One-Eye, the One-Eyed Snake Man. He's a 2-cost. Search for a ring out of your deck, discard a card. If you do not have BROLY's ring in your opening hand, you're definitely going to want to put him on turn 2 because you do want ring, or you're going to be sacrificing a lot of card discard for your opponent, and you definitely want them to start discarding as early as possible.
Nice.
Next up, people that aren't in the BROLY movies, or possibly, who knows, is Gohan. Son Gohan. The usual 1-cost secondary effect where you take a life and you can try to self-awaken. It will gain crit. You know, it's on par with Trunks, but it's the green Trunks. I use it on turn 1 because you want to awaken to flip the awakened side of BROLY, mainly because you want to start killing off creatures. That's what you're going to do. So Gohan is always a turn 1. Unless you're playing against Mass Saiyan or any aggro, you do not want to play him on turn 1 because shooting yourself in the foot when they're already shooting at you is already a dumb idea. So don't do it. Next up, the soy boy himself, Kaba. Kaba is your veggie searcher who is going to get bum-fugged pretty soon with the next black cards that are coming out, mainly because when you use this effect to bring out one of these cards, which is Khalifa, you're going to have to discard 2 with the new Mass Saiyan Vegeta. So we might have to figure out, I don't know what BROLY players are going to do about it, because you don't, if you're playing against another player who's going to use that Vegeta, you don't want to start discarding 2 cards, because you do need a strong hand with BROLY, because it's a very controlling deck. So if you're not, you want control of the field all the time. Okay. So that's mainly what it is. Next up, you're going to run, of course, another 4 of Khalifa. Everyone knows what she does. She comes out for free with Kaba's ability. Once you play her on the field for free, or you can put her in your hand. You're not forced to put her on the field, but you can put her in your hand. If you put her immediately on the field, or you play her, you have to take a life. So it is another self-awakening tool in this 20k power. Single strike, not too bad. Also helps with the ARC.
And Nick, just for the viewers, I'm assuming you're going to run 4 copies of...
Yep, 4. So everything's going to be 4, except you're going to run 2 Rampaging and 2 Pagars.
Okay,
so
so
that's
we're running,
the only 2. Everything else is going to be 4.
Running a full veggie package, I'm assuming. Then.
And another
right.
2 cards, but you'll see at the end of the video which ones.
Got you.
So with the ARC, they call it the ARC. It's activate... I forgot how it goes, but it's activate the ability of BROLY. Then the ring works, and they have to discard a card, and then they have to sack a creature, and you're going to pick Khalifa. That's what the C stands for, Khalifa. So you got the ARC. So you never have to discard cards. You always pick Khalifa, and if you have that Exodia, pseudo-Exodia on the field, you're sort of strong, and every turn you got a discard and sack 1 creature. So it's pretty strong.
Definitely.
Then we got Fem BROLY, another hottie with a nice body. Kale.
I love the sayings.
Thank you. She is a crit, 20k, comes out for 4, comes out cheaper with Kaba, -1 for every Kaba you have in the field.
Right, and if you have 5 or less cards, you do get to draw,
you do draw, so that's what you want to do.
Adding a draw engine, awesome.
But right now, I recently have been playing a lot of players who are playing more aggressive decks, so I found that Kale is not as strong as she is because they're ending the game by turn 3 or 4, and you want to have some mana up to negate and whoop them out. So...
Deck profile coming soon.
Yeah, deck profile coming soon. Next, you only got the green combo card, so nothing special, just Trunks. Hopefully with
Set 1, right?
hopefully a new set will come out and we'll get Pagaris' Broly combo for 5 health. For anybody in the Broly movies, like those little turds that are like running around on the planet. I don't know what they're called, but you know, or his army, whatever. Point is, same thing. Play him plus 10k. Blah blah blah.
Draw a
Skip
card.
to the point. Draw a card.
Nice.
Then you're gonna run 4 full power energy.
And this is the negate for the deck.
Super strong negate if you're playing
Definitely
against
in the
aggro,
meta.
because you will always kill off those 1 turns, which everybody will say, you know, you'll see it on Reddit, these people will bitch and try to prove you wrong, say some passive aggressive shit. Why aren't you killing the Gohan? Why aren't you killing Kaba? Well, fuck you. I'll tell you why I'm not doing it. I'm doing it because I'm me. I'm Paunch, or whatever you want to call me. I don't give a fuck. Censor. So,
Don't worry,
full
a lot
power
of
energy.
censoring will go into this video.
So full power energy is you're gonna pay 1, and if they do have a 1-cost card, you can sack it off. She's really strong, as I just said. If you're
Definitely.
running like
This new set introduced a lot of big.
like there's Bulmas that are really
Right.
strong. There's the
Gohans,
Trunks,
the
Gohans. There's a lot. So
saying Kaba,
Yep, that's what you
definitely,
gotta do. So
definitely.
that's why it's
Bardock,
a-
how could you forget Bardock for yellow decks? So definitely, I think a very good card to run.
that's what you got to do. And finally, the man that brings everybody together, sort of, is Dimensional Banisher Fu.
And we run those at 2, correct?
Yeah, we run these at 2. It's I would say it's the more budgeted card, because it's harder to find the Scientist Fu from the last promo pack to get, even though, you know, it's plus 5k more power. You draw 2 cards instead of banishing, and it's, I believe, 7 over them.
I think it's 5. For
5
the-
or 7?
For this one, it's 5.
It's
and then
5 for
the
this one
other
and 7 for the
Scientist
other.
Fu, yes, definitely.
So it's up to you guys if you want to run it. This one's just easier to get out on the field. It even works with Broly's ability with discarding. So, like, if you want to start discarding your whole hand and play it, and you see that they're self-awakening, make them die faster. So
Definitely.
that's it for the Broly deck. But we do have special surprises, because I do have some sideboard cards, if interested. Just to shout outs to the guy who made these Broly tokens, which I'm never going to be able to use again, because whatever. So, wait, here's some sideboard cards. I'm just going to put them on top. You guys can pause the video now if you want to look at the deck. So we're going to start off with a sideboard with 2 Son Gohans, Family and Justice.
Interesting.
We're going to use these. They're 1k. It's tap 1, it gives you 5k, but it combos and it can kill creature or battle card with 3 or less energy, and there's a lot of strong cards with 3 or less energy now.
Definitely.
And, you know, it's basically our version of, what is that card? I'm trying to think, and I can't think off the top of my head. What is it? Son Goku, the one that comes out with Shugesh. So it's sort of like our Shugesh answer, except we're not actually playing Shugesh.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So you're like, you use it during your combo step and you kill him, so no damage goes through. Next we have
Interesting.
another interesting character, Broly, the Unstoppable Horror. Don't get it confused with the Rampaging Horror. You know, that's I do.
Slight difference.
I do sometimes. He is an Evolve 3, hard cost 4, double strike 15k. But when you evolve him, you can sack one of their cards, which is really strong. If you see like 10, much better than Endless Evolution at certain points, mainly because you get to choose who you want to kill. So if you see they don't have barrier, you sack off one of your strong creatures. If they have like Gohans or blockers, kill them off. Next, as I said, you're gonna possibly run 2 more Rampaging Lifeform Brolys, Bio Brolys. You know, you don't have to really show that much. It's poo-poo. My boy, the man of nature himself, Iron Hammer of Justice Android 16, not as strong in the meta now, mainly because it's easy to kill him off with a lot of cards with
Removable cards like Science. Yeah, exactly.
Removal. So, but I like this combo because it's mad juicy, and you'll see why. You got my boy King Vegeta's surprise attack. You're gonna use. This is how you're gonna mess with some. You're gonna mess with some heads here. You play him. You know, if they have a big field, whatever, doesn't matter. Play him combo. Maybe a few Vegetas. He's up to 45 every time he kills someone, which is every time due to revenge. He will come back untapped, and they will have to use everything in their power to try to kill him off. If they do not have any removal in their deck, it's basically a GG, no re, just get out of my space and just give me that free win. Thanks. No thanks. Next up, as I said, got our boy Scientist Fu. As I overwhelm pay 1, overwhelm 7, double strike,
And you draw 2
and
cards.
you draw 2. So nothing special off of that. And last but not least, it's pretty normal. You know, it's a pretty standard thing now. Just drawing. Finally, combo killer, anti-Lazi, I don't know, whatever, or whatever you want to see what he is. Barrier, double strike. Whenever your opponent combos, they
Once
have to
per turn, right?
once per turn. Correct. They have to discard 1 card. So it's not bad if you think about it. So
No, I think the deck is pretty put together. If there's anything from this deck that you could change, would there, or is there anything that you would change
All right,
from what you main in the deck?
That's a good question. That is a very good question. If I could do something differently in my deck, it would probably be, well, I would always want made up cards. I would just like a BROLY that can like end the game with Victory Strike, because BROLY just is mad strong, and I think he should be able to have Victory Strike. Like Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan 3 BROLY, you know, could evolve off of the 6 cost for like maybe a solid 6.
Okay,
So,
I see what you're saying.
or like a 7 to, I don't know, it could be, you got to make it fair, so we'll say like evolve 8, so then you have to pay 6 mana, because 6, usually in slow games, turn 6 is when it ends, so if you are lucky enough to get to turn 6 and you maybe play this new BROLY that I'm creating, you win. You know, it'll just be like, oh, wipe out your whole field, and the only cards that you can have is just BROLY. They can't combo, whatever. It's just game over.
Right.
So BROLY would do.
We've seen it time and time here at locals. You definitely drop that secret rare for that BROLY, the Rampaging Horror,
That's
and
true.
go for a big win. You guys have been waiting for this deck profile, and it's a bit of a lengthy one, and we're actually like at 17 minutes now. So
17 minutes.
Nick,
Oof.
thank you so much for doing the deck profile. And again,
no problem.
To Josh, what was his last name again?
Duquette.
Duquette.
Josh Duquette. Thank you for letting me use your deck. You great job. Great deck. Hopefully you can, if you ever come to New York, we can play you. Money
Yeah,
at you.
definitely cool
But
to
jokes
get
aside,
him.
yeah, thanks so much for like creating a cool BROLY deck. You know, you did inspire a lot of players. I feel like in the BROLY community, we're kind of making a lot of waves now with these BROLY decks.
Definitely. And it'd be exciting to see BROLY go into like a meta scene again. We'll see, man.
I'm hoping for when Black BROLY comes out, he's going to be meta. But, you know, no one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows. I mean, I know.
You'll always know.
I always know. Just spoilers.
New BROLY.
Yeah,
You never
new
know.
BROLY. Let me tell you
Definitely
guys.
New BROLY movie.
New BROLY movie, yeah. And then
All
yeah, I love BROLY, but I also love Gogeta, so hopefully I'll make a competitive Gogeta deck too with fusions. I'm just gonna do a quick rundown of spoilers of what I might add when the next set comes out. I definitely might add 2 to 4 of the new Max Vegetas, which you can find online, which you can look up what the ability does online, and possibly the 3-cost black Gokus, which are basically just Vegetos because they're forced to attack them. Use King Vegeta's Revenge, they're sacking off their own creatures, and Broly's just like smacking the shit out of you. Going to Pound Town. So, whatever, you know. It's whatevs, you know.
All right, well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the deck profile video. Nick, thanks for showcasing
anytime.
the deck, and again, Josh Duquette, thank you so much for letting us do this using your deck. Guys, like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.